People's Democratic Party kicked against the result of Saturday's governorship election in Edo State, which ushered in the All Progressive Congress candidate, Senator Monday Okpebholo, as the new governor of the state. Adamawa State Governor Amadou Fintiri, who is the chairman, Edo State Governorship Election National Campaign Council, on Sunday stated that the Independent National Electoral Commission should be held accountable for violating the Electoral Act. Okpebholo polled 291,667 votes to defeat PDP's Edo Guber, who came second with 247,274 votes, and Labour Party's Olumide Akpata, who emerged third with 22,763 votes. Of the 18 local government areas in the state, the APC won 10, while the PDP settled for 8. But the PDP, in solidarity with its Governors Forum, insisted Edo Guber clearly won the election. In a statement on Sunday, PDP's National Publicity Secretary, Debo Ologunagba, responded by explaining that Fintiri presented results from the polling units showing Edo Guber in a clear lead. The PDP stated, "The People's Democratic Party stands by the result of the Edo State governorship election as garnered by its polling agents across the state and echoed by the chairman of the Edo PDP National Campaign Council, Governor Amadou Fintiri of Adamawa State, which indicate that the PDP candidate, Dr. Edo Guber, clearly won the election." The PDP asserts that the rush, venom, and hurling of insults with which the All Progressive Congress attacked Governor Fintiri only confirms APC's violent desperation to cover its manipulations and steal the mandate freely to Dr. Edo Guber by the people of Edo State, as reflected in the genuine votes cast at the polling units. As Governor Fintiri presented, the results collated from the polling units have Edo Guber in a clear lead before the state collation exercise was hijacked by the APC, which, in connivance with some of the unscrupulous INEC and security officials, engaged in a blatant alteration and substitution of the genuine results with fabricated figures in favor of the defeated APC candidate. Daniel, you're from Edo State.
Yeah.
What do you have to say about this, considering as well that the APC won the governor, Obaseki, in his own units? What do you have to say to that?
First, you see, I think since Saturday, I had heard all kinds of analysis. I have seen all kinds of accusations. In clear conscience here, PDP wasn't going to win that election. It will have become surprising or part of or added to the 7 wonders on earth if PDP had won that election. You see, you need to understand the historical facts about Edo State before there are some kinds of things that people say. Now look at the elections, recent elections. If there's one thing that Edo do not like, is this issue of godfatherism. When they were able to defeat Tony Anene, clear that godfatherism, no way. Look at, because I saw people who, for example, would say, oh, with what is going on in the country, how can people vote for the APC? And I tell you that Edo people are one of the sophisticated voters in Nigeria. In the presidential election, do not forget, Edo people voted Labour Party. Labour Party won that election. That same election I was held, same day, they now voted for Edo Central, Edo North, won the senatorial zone. Why the Edo South, the man in Labour Party won. Elections held same day. The House of Representatives, APC, both Edo Central, Edo North, and Edo South, APC clearly got all except for 2. Got all of the House of Rep member except for 2. One went to the Labour Party, the other went to the PDP. You should have seen that election in itself. When it comes to the federal election, Edo people had what they had in mind, and this is where we're going. Local elections are different.
Okay.
So, local elections have their own intricacies and all. And like I said, that it will be part of the 7 wonders if Obaseki had won that election. Remember, when they came here in Rivers State, Obaseki was chased out of the APC. It was here that they did all they did, brought him to PDP, and he became a candidate in the PDP. There is what they call the legacy group in Edo State,
okay,
in PDP. As I talk to you today, he had chased all of them out of PDP. Remember, what's his name now? Okpebholo. He was a candidate of the PDP when they did that substitution, and this man came in. He led Obaseki's campaign. He was the DG of Obaseki's campaign, 2nd term. Not a single thing reward that man got. Part of the agreement in Rivers State was that all of the money the man has spent
in Edo State,
be paid back to him. Nothing, I'm telling you, nothing was given to that man. That man came from the same local government with Godwin Obaseki. And so when you say defeat of Obaseki in the local government, the man promised that they would defeat him in his local government. And so when I hear people say, oh, there were this and that, kindly show me there are 4,519 polling units in Edo State. Oh, okay, probably you had 1 or 2 infractions. Does that invalidate the several thousands? Almost 192 wards with 18 local government. So if you say there was, I expect that the PDP would have shown the ward that at this polling unit in this ward, this was what we got, and this is what is currently. Pull it up from IRF and show to the world where you had these instances where you said there were massive manipulation and all of that. It is clear even Obaseki knows. The same Aswen that people, when people say, oh, Aswen was the best candidate, Aswen is the advisor to Obaseki. What has he advised him to do? Here, I have said it here severally. Obaseki denied 14 House of Rep, State House of Assembly members who are APC members. He denied them throughout. The case was in court till that tenure finished. As I talk to you today, there are judges that had gone through the NJC. They are in Edo State. They never swear them in. They are there. Is it the road? Is it the MOUs? Is it the promises? So it would have been a wonder if he had won that elections. What APC did, if you remember, there is this written code in Edo State, even though not signed, that there are 3 senatorial zones. It moves from one to the other. If you remember, Adams Oshiomhole tried changing it in this election, conducted by the governor of Imo State. When it got to the national cancelled it and asked them to go back and do that election. That was where Monday won. And to say, okay, to placate others and say, okay, the man who won the first should come and become the deputy. In other words, APC was able to garner his people back.
Yes, of course.
APC was able to bring the ones Obaseki chased out, brought them into the PDP. All of them. All came.
Yes.
So it would have been a wonder if Obaseki had won that elections. And so when people talk about these things, it is not about APC at the national level. No, they are the local people. I know you, you know me, and this is what I can do.
All right. Chizzy, what do you have to say to?
Yes, you know, he's done a very good job on this, honestly, okay. and of course that's for somebody who is also from there. But I would like to say, I wanted to say that how can an Obaseki, you know, a nominee of Obaseki win an election right now Obaseki is quarreling with everybody. The national party chairman of his civil party. Now you are trying to garner support. You are fighting the national party chairman of your own party not to be. You are fighting everybody. You are fighting Wike who brought you. You are fighting. When he was talking about, you are trying to correct him when he was saying River State agreement as in Edo State agreement. That accord was reached in River State government house now. The agreement on you, oh boy, step down. Let's use him. That somebody the party has given candidacy. Let's step down. Shouldn't Obaseki fight him? Don't forget that Obaseki fought the APC even before he came down to the party. So, if you go to APC, that means that the political class, including the traditional rulers, the Oba of Bini, the Oba of Bini was dancing visually, because Obaseki was out. So the guy was just doing. My father told me something. One day, my father called and said, Chizzy, if I die today, make sure you accuse this person. And I was looking at the person and said, make sure that he's the one who killed me. That one now said, no, Chizzy, if I die before him, my children will say that he was the one who killed me. And I said, but why are people saying that? He said, they won't be the first person to die in my village that nobody killed. I don't know whether you understand what I'm saying. They won't be the first person because, this wouldn't be the first election that a party will just go and lose and then they will say, no, we didn't win. We lost and we clapped. And that would have been the wonder again. They came and said, look at even the margin. Does that margin look like an obvious rigging? Look at the margin. You will know that election was fought. And again, the Bible says a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. The man is divided. You look as smart. I'm talking about the deputy governor. The way he impeached the deputy governor, removed him from office, brought in another person. Somebody called it here, I think it's him or somebody, that said the Edo State is the headquarters of executive rascalism. Do you understand that? That means that the man was just doing anything, and you think you can come and load it on other people. You are looking at those grassroots, and remember, the Obaseki wasn't even a grassroots politician. He just came. They brought him, and so he's looking at grassroots politician and think he can win. Of course, what would Fintri do? What would the Fintri say? You just say, we went here and then PDP was defeated. No, they will say no now. PDP was not defeated, we won. Then it is the court that will tell us whether they won or not.
All right.
And again, sorry, let me just say this quickly. I think that there are certain infractions that no one should use friendship or political association to cover. I think criminal prosecution should be brought against the governor of Adamawa State. People will do it again. It doesn't matter he has immunity now. Start the process. Let it wait when he finishes. No one has a right, regardless, to announce results. That is why you see political parties have what they call situation rooms, where they collect various and put together. Fintiri didn't just do that. He went to the press and started announcing local government by local government. What he said is that their collation, you should never do that. It's against the INEC. I said, look,
it's against the law.
It's against it. But, because he's a governor, INEC has just kept quiet. The federal government has kept quiet. The Attorney General of the state has kept quiet. Everyone has kept quiet. Others will do. See, what that can do or what that can cause in the places where, for example, people can be triggered to say that a person of Fintiri, he should know what he's saying. And so, truly we won. They have cheated us. It can cause breakdown of law and order. You dare not do that. He was announcing local government by local government. And the funniest thing was that he would announce and say, this is what the PDP has. This is what the APC has.
So how did
it is wrong.
I think
that criminal investigation should be brought against him.
Right.
Though he has immunity, that can wait, but institute it. So that when he finishes, he answers to that case. It was in his own state against Binani, where the then REC announced a result. We all went against it. I said it should never happen. We should not agree. It should not happen. That's not how results should be announced. The same man today had gone to another state. If you allow such thing without instituting a criminal prosecution, another person tomorrow will do a higher thing than that.
Right. Now, I wanted to round up the show by asking you a very important question, and that has to do with, the people of Edo State and their attachment to their traditional stew, particularly the Oba of Benin. They hold him in very high esteem. Now, Obaseki going head-to-head with the Oba of Benin, do you think that it was part of the nails that actually sealed the coffin?
See, let me say this. I'm on here. Go and do a bit of research about the Obasekis in Benin. Let me leave that aside.
All right.
If you read part of those histories, there was a time they were banished. Remember, they are also from a kingship lineage. There was a time they were banished from the kingdom, if you read those histories. And so I'm not surprised that certain things like this happened. He took the Oba to court.
Yes. And then the women of Benin had to go around.
Yes, a lot of persons,
the
even
government
naked,
house 7 times.
even naked.
Yes, and that made them
the thing is,
stop the process.
you will see a dictator who, if he has more power, he would have been brutal than what he had. And unfortunately, today we had the last laugh. What did the Oba was saying yesterday? He said, your time has limits. We are here till death take us away from this part. So very unfortunate.
Right. So in your opinion, Daniel, as a man from Edo State who has clear active participation in Edo politics, and you have intel, you're saying that Edo election was free and fair.
Was free and fair.
And
there was no single violence. Where's the violence?
All right.
There was nothing. It was okay.
All right. Chizzy, your closing statement.
Well, like I've said, I want to say that what you talked about Fintry should be looked into very keenly, because that's not good. Yeah. That can cause, in the 80s and 70s, that was what was happening. Abiola. People just run to registration.
The story of Abiola.
Yes, people will just begin to run. So anything can happen around that time. That thing can cause. In fact, the reason why it didn't cause the uproar that it's supposed to cause is because, you see, when you have people, the majority of the people in the other side who won the election, then of course, if they had the majority that feel that they won the election, that would have caused uproar. Even him couldn't have left Edo saying that. Right. So I think it's not right. But for Obaseki, I think we should learn. There's a Chinese proverb that says, when a monkey wants to die, he said all the trees will be sleeping. So that's why he started doing everything. I think that's the reason. So I think we should also learn from all of those things.
All right. Thank you so much, Chizzy, for coming on Open Conversation. It's always a pleasure having you. And thank you, Daniel.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure.